So one of the frequently asked questions that I get over and over again is, do you do state and local government contracting, or do you only focus on the federal level of federal government contracting? And the answer is yes. I only focus on the federal level when it comes to government contracting. And in this video, I'll share with you my two main reasons why I only focus on federal government contracting. It's your boy Coach Jay with the FGC Simplified Community. Yes, the coach with the locks. So as mentioned before, there are two reasons why we focus on federal government contracting instead of state and instead of local. There is a difference between federal government contracting and state and local, and I'm going to share with you our two main reasons why we only focus on the federal level as it pertains to federal government contracting. The first reason is that we implement what is called the middleman strategy. Now, in the middleman strategy, we are actually between the need of the federal government and the local business or the local subcontractor that's actually going to fulfill the physical portion of the work. So because of that, we are not geographically bound to any one particular state or city, but we are able to fulfill federal government contracts wherever the federal government has a need. All we simply do is find the need of that federal government, and then we find a local business or a local subcontractor that's able to fulfill the physical portion of the work. So the second reason why I focus on federal government contracting instead of state and local has to do with funding. Let me know down in the comments, have you ever ran into this situation? You reach out to a local business and ask them for a quote, and when they find out that it's for government, they will let you know that, oh, the government doesn't pay, or the government is slow to pay. This is the reason why I focus on federal government contracting. Out of all my years of doing this, I have never had the federal government never not pay their bills. But when it comes to state and local, those are the ones that they have that type of sentiment about. The government doesn't pay, the government is slow to pay when it comes to paying their bills. So this is what I want to focus on this video. The second part of it, on why I concentrate on the federal level as it pertains to federal government contracts. So I'm not sure if you all know or not what's going on out there in the city of Oakland, but again, it's not something being televised on mainstream media and all that. But I want to show you what's going on in the city of Oakland based off of how they're managing their budget. And again, to reinforce the reason why I do federal government contracting instead of state and local. So put yourself in a position of a local government contractor, someone who has contracts with the government of the city, and let you see why we focus here on the federal level. All right, so let's jump in here and I'll show you what's going on over here.
Continues. Last week, of course, it was the FBI agent searching her home. Today, it's the resignation of one of her senior staffers. And if that wasn't enough, NBC Bay Area's Valina Jones explains Oakland now has to cut tens of millions of dollars from its budget.
And I am your mayor, Mayor Sheng Tao.
Hours after this speech, Mayor Sheng Tao's communication director, Francis Zamora, resigned from his position.
She was more than just defiant. She was conspiratorial, and she lost her emotions. Oaklanders need a leader who's going to have a steady hand at the wheel.
While Zamora did not give a reason for leaving the mayor's office, in a statement he thanked his colleagues for their professionalism and dedication. Zamora's resignation comes in the midst of turmoil in the mayor's office, including facing a recall election, calls for her resignation, and days of speculation after the FBI searched her home. Former communications director for Mayor Libby Schaaf and current media strategist Justin Burton believes the timing is telling.
To learn that Francis Zamora, someone of his caliber, resigned just hours after Mayor Tao gave that speech really suggests that he was no longer comfortable feeling like he can go on with her.
Mayor Sheng Tao is adamant she's done nothing wrong. Meanwhile, the city's looking to balance its mid-year budget with $63 million in new proposed cuts.
So I want you all to understand, again, this is not being political, or this is not about the legal system on this, but they are proposing to cut $63 million when it comes to the funds for that city. So put yourself in the shoes of a government contractor that has a contract to either service the parks or to do any type of city contracts that you have. What do you think is going to happen to your staff, to your pay cut that's actually coming your way? All right, let's finish it up.
Resolution to the mayor's previous budget was released today to meet their June 30th deadline. The proposed cuts comes as the city is still working to finalize the selling of their part of the Oakland Coliseum. Money the mayor promised would balance the budget.
Well, I think she was talking just to make the community feel good about things that were positive that were going to start happening. But now we're finding out that it's not so, and a lot of things that she's promised she can deliver on.
Possible cuts include the library, park maintenance, and OPD, citing a...
So we got the library, we got park maintenance. Again, that's lawn care, that's trash pickup, all of these normal contracts that you would normally see on a state and local level now will be cut because of the management of the budget. So again, I'm just trying to show you why I focus on the federal level and not on a state and local. And this is not the only isolated to Oakland City. Yes, I do understand that there are some cities are ran better than others, but when it comes to the federal level, you have never heard the federal level that the federal government is not having the money to actually take care of what they need to take care of. All right, let's continue.
Fiscal emergency. Under the proposal, the city says they're unable to budget the required minimum number of 678 police officers. The Oakland Police Officers Association explains the city has already reduced the force and frozen positions, and any more reductions could impact safety. The association said in part, if our city leaders prioritize public safety, freezing and eliminating police officer positions is not the solution.
Without the police, without the law, it's even going to be worse lawlessness.
In a statement, the city administrator's office said the options were given to council by request, saying in part these options present significant additional spending cuts for the immediate balancing of the budget, which could be restored for the upcoming fiscal year.
If anybody in here is from the city of Oakland, please drop me a comment. Let me know what's going on in that city, because this is not something that's being covered, and it's not only isolated to Oakland City. I would like to contrast that to the federal level. So if you jump on over to federal spending or the federal US Treasury.gov, you can see what the federal government is actually spending in real time today. So how much has the federal government spent this fiscal year? As you can see, they have already spent $4.49 trillion in federal government spending this fiscal year, and the year is not over yet. So this is where I tell people, get into federal government contracting. Look and see what the federal government is spending. The federal government has needs that you are able to fulfill. So we are trying to show you how you can go into this federal government contracting space and just get some of what that federal government is spending. If you didn't know, about 23% of the federal government's budget has to go towards social disadvantaged groups like us, small business, minority owned, women owned. So we are showing you how to position yourself to be able to take advantage of what the federal government is spending on goods and services that they actually need in order to keep the federal government going. So again, if you want to learn the process on how you can position yourself to get before the federal government, to let them know that you are able to fulfill these federal government contract opportunities that's out there, come in with us, learn the process so you can be able to get in and start winning these federal government contracts today. All right. Hey, I'm Coach Jay with FGC Simplified Community, and I'll see y'all on the next video. I'm out.